Welcome. This is Crime Queen. If you are joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile, makes us laugh. Hence we say the crimson light is life. So the crimson light is our journey to actualizing soulful love. This is where we are having fun with words and numbers, numerology to be precise. If you are new to this channel, this is Mother Eve. This is having her third eye open. And if you're wondering about Father Adam, he's right here as well. So, of course, we have the vibrations of 3 and 2 added together. That gives us Mother Eve, which is 5, the I am that I am. So, just to give you a little bit more about this is really part of the template that sets us up in this new dimension. Let's have that in right here. So when we are in Eve, we are a new creature. What creature? We are the fox. We are cunning, we are smart, we are protective. In fact, it's about protecting ourselves and staying alive. Of course, there's much more to us fox than staying alive. But I'm just saying that it helps us by staying alive, we can move on to that gypsy journey where we are learning more about ourselves, our maker, our purpose, and of course, enjoying the wonderful Garden of Eden that we have been given. Of course, by staying alive, we are able to go to headquarters zone, which number 8, of course, with 8, there it's like we are in heaven because 4 plus 4 is 8. Now, when we do 4 for the blue sky, the color blue, we associate with the heavens. So there, we are able to see from above and below. Of course, below is green that we associate with earth. And so we are in headquarters zone. That way, we are able to have total or very good assessment of what we really need to multiply, replenish, subdue, and have dominion. There is another one, of course, because it's 5 of those things that we were given as gifts or commands, if you like. But however it is, when we are there, we are able to have informed choices, and of course we get to the inland revenue, which is where we say we are birthing newness. We pay our dues to the inland revenue. It's like a mother having this going through childbirth, but of course she goes through the pain. She's prepared to go through the pain. She understands that to have that child, to birth that child, it takes some pushing, and of course that comes with pain. Perhaps something has just come to mind. Perhaps that's why it's not always wise to push, because when we're pushing, we are causing ourselves pain. But in this sense, this is another dimension, we could say. This is we perhaps not just pushing, but it's the acceptance of the process. That is what the difference is here. Sometimes we are pushing against something, trying to achieve something, but that is not necessarily what is required here. You are gladly paying your dues to accomplishing this. Now, I said we would look at the word happiness because we are looking at the word, the number 10 for vibration. Now, there's so many 10s that I have come against or encounter, I should say. We have got spirit, which has all these 9s. Like in the word sacrifice, we have 3 9s. Okay. And mirror, we have 4, because mirror tend to show us more than enough. Okay, all right. So happiness. Let's just do happiness. HAPPNESS. Okay, so we know that's 2 S's at the end. It's like I start big and then I'm just about squeezing the other letters in. Well, that S S. You can squeeze an S into anything because it's like a snake. And that was what was, it's no wonder because that's what was in the garden. Um, a serpent, sorry. Um, so the serpent, of course, was able to get his way around. So, yeah, okay. So this is 8177955511. Of course, 11. Now, that as well just gave me an insight of the S and the 1 1. So we see it's like the number 1 can be flexible here. This is what it is showing, just like the 3, because when we do the numerical value for straight, the word straight, we end up with 3, which is kind of flexible like the S. Now, so let's just keep to focus on happiness. So this is 10, 20. So I dance with my counting 20, 28, 29, 30, 35, 40, 35, sorry, 36, and this would be 44. Oh, it looks like 44. 46, 47, 48, 49, 40. I think it's 44. I thought it was 46, but let's look at that again. So this is 10, 20, 28, 29, 30, that's 35, 35 plus 9. So, yes, okay. Well, it's 44. Well, okay, let's just, because it's a happy word, let's just go along with happiness and see how happiness plays out in our lives. Because I'm doing a real Eve here because that's what Eve was about, happiness. And it's no wonder we see that when Eve ate of the fruit, ATE, this is 2, 1, and that equals 8. So Eve ate of the fruit and saw it was good. Now, as I said before, it's with the number 8, it's being at a position where you go to headquarters zone. And it's like you ate something and you're on a high. Of course, being on that high, Eve was at a position, was at that position in the new state because of the numerical value for Eve, EVE, is 5. Let's take this off. 5, 4, 5. And when we add this together, that gives us 14. Add 1 plus 4 equals 5. Okay, so we see that Eve was 5 and Eve ate of the fruit, so we can see at what position Eve was right here. Right here, in that position, Eve ate of the fruit. This is where we also know that when we are in Christ, we are a new creature because the word Christ equals 5. And of course, this is where her eye was open. When we do the numerical value for the word I, EYE, that comes to 17. Although it is still I. Whenever we say I, we are talking about that window to the soul. We are talking about ourselves, that whole, that wholeness, that whole person or entity. So whether it was an eye you were looking at like this, because we are looking at, we are looking at life. So this is the eye. Okay. So whether we are looking at an eye or we are looking at the number I or letter I should say, it's the same thing. So we have done the numerical value for the word I, which is EYE, and that is 575. Okay, 575, of course, is 17. When we do the numerical value for 17, it equals 8. So that's where Eve ate of the fruit. So basically, Eve was at a position, like we could say, she was in heaven, was able to go to heaven and earth. EARTH. Earth, heaven and earth. So there it was that we were told, for instance, that in the beginning God created the heaven and earth. Now heaven and earth, let's look at that just because we're on 8 as well. See how that ties in. Because heaven, HEAVEN, heaven equals 28. I have done the numerical values for this. This is 8, 2, 8, 5, 1, 4, 5, 5. So when we add these together, 10, 15, 20, 28. 2 plus 8 is 10. So heaven is 1. And when we do earth, which is 7, EARTH, so this is 8, 2, 9, 1, 5. When we add this together, this is 10, 20, 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 1 equals 8. So the heavens and the earth equals 8. That's what everything is about. The heaven and the earth equals 8. So here we see clearly why we say that when we are 9, we are birthing newness. 9 is really birthing newness. Heaven and earth is really there explaining or showing our characteristics. We have done these numerical values for the word one, even one. When we do the numerical value for the word one, O-N-E, O-N-E, this is 5, 5, 6. So 1, which is 7 here, I'm in heaven, sorry, that equals 16 because I'm thinking ahead. 1 plus 6 equals 7. So we see how that 1 has switched from 1, which is 7 here, 7 for earth, and it's as if they have done a cycle. They have, so 1, which we see as high and heaven, and its number 1 is the best, of course. It has taken shape, a different cycle here, as we are in the earth with 7. We see 1 and 7 is really one and the same. One and the same. So if we were to do for 7 now, when we do the numerical value for 7, actually, like we have done for 1, it equals 2. So 2 is really now saying this is like heaven and earth. Or if you like, we could add that 2 with 1 with the 7 here, that would be 9, which is ready to birth newness. Okay, so I'm not quite sure if the last part of what I'm saying has really come out the way I really intended, but let's just do that. So we have done the numerical value for 1. Let's do the numerical value for 7. 7, 11. Okay, so 7, of course, we see 7 equals 1 anyway, but let's just be fair. 7 equals 1. Okay, so this is 5, 5, 4, 5. And wherever we see all these 5s, we know it's something really nice. 15 and 4, 19, 20. So that's 2. So 7 here is showing that it is that 2 vibration. Here, this is why I have been going on about how 7 have showed twice in creation, meaning it's as if it was saying, instead of saying that there was the one God, of course, and not to belittle the idea that there is one source. I am trying to make this clear. But in the story of creation, in the scriptures that we have given, we can see that there were 2 two, it's like two wands came to together. That seven is being presented twice. There is the Spirit of God that moved upon the face of the waters, and God separated the waters from the waters. So there were two aspects of things. It's like we could see from our makeup that everything has been, there has been a two, there's polarities from that onset in heaven and earth. Heaven and earth has been part of the polarities that has been with us. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have found this fun. Oh, enlightening. If you like to leave your comments, I would really love to hear them. Please leave your comments, do like and subscribe and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualizing self-full love. Stay blessed, stay bright, be a field, because we are planting new seeds. And stay ignited. Namaste. Spill over with love.